Let's go on a journey. We'll learn about legends and find spooky stories. We'll learn about legends like Bigfoot, hybrids like the Goatman, the Mothman. Who knows what we'll learn and find on this journey? All kinds of monsters. Who knows what we'll learn along the way? There's so many legends out there, so many to learn about. And we'll learn about legends that we probably didn't even know about together, and come upon stories that'll scare the pants off of us. So let's go on this journey together. Hey ghost nerds, welcome back to the spooky season videos. And today we're doing a legend, a myth, and we're doing it on fairies. And let me tell you, this video is not even gonna, this video is just gonna reach the surface, because if some of y'all already research fairies, but y'all know. But if y'all don't know, there is a lot of information on fairies. So I just got what I could, or this video could be hours. So let's get started, y'all. Let's go. So what do you call them? Some call them fays, some call them fell folk, and some call them fairies. And then there's some other names out there I could not say, so I'm not going to attempt it. There goes my hair. Okay, so yeah, so fairies. Usually when I start these legends, myth videos, I describe what they're like, but fairies, I can't do that, because fairies are all kinds, all sizes, all shapes. Some fairies don't have wings. Some fairies don't even have them cute pointy ears. Some fairies are beautiful. Some fairies are, they say, hideous. So, and some are tall, some are short. There's so many fairies out there, and I just can't just throw in a real description. There's so many descriptions out there, so that is the description. I guess I did do it, but there ain't no one description fit all, I guess I'm trying to say. So, in Scotland, fairies are put into two groups. The Salai court, which is fairy who seeks to help humans, and the other group is the Unsalai court group, fairies who seek to harm humans. So, y'all, not all fairies are all happy and loving, and just like the fairy tales always tell us, they're not always like Tinkerbell, even besides when she loses her temper. There goes my hair again. Nice and helpful. There's some evil. There's some out there that seeks to hurt you. So, don't believe everything you see in a movie. So, let's get started. There's three groups of how they live. Let's see, the first group are trooping. They live in a group, a community like we do, a society. They rely on each other. And then the second one, solitude. They live by themselves. They are jokesters. They like to pull pranks on people. And then the next one are domesticated. Yeah, domesticated. They live in a household with people, and they do chores around the house. They do something for the humans in exchange for offering like food or something they want in exchange. And the first one we're gonna go over is we're gonna talk about one. We're gonna talk about a few fairies. This one is called. The first one is called the Changeling. This one's kind of sad. The Changeling is a child fairy. Is the adult fairy. I don't know which. It never said what species, but one of the species of fairy decided they want to kidnap a human child to raise as their own, and they want to use their own child as disguise the child. Other thing that would happen is they never said what species of the fairies again would kidnap women to marry them and to raise their child. Apparently there was a story on this. I didn't get the names, but the story goes like the husband wife got kidnapped apparently from a fairy, and she came back, but they didn't believe it was her because I didn't get to that part, but fairies can sometimes change into humans. And so they thought they send a replacement. A fairy was an adult fairy replacement that was good enough to change in. And they didn't believe it to her, even though she said it was her. She was just able to come back. They didn't want her. So they did this ritual, or whatever you call it. They had a priest there too. And the thing was, it was dumb. It was like the witch trials all over again. Threw her in the fire or something, in the fireplace, and the thing was, the fairy would burn and shoot out from the chimney and leave her, but the body, you burned your wife. Either way, and it didn't happen. The body just burned. Nothing shot up from the chimney, nothing. So either way, even if that was true, she was gonna die anyways. So the newspaper article just said that he just burned his wife. It was crazy. The brownie. When everybody goes to sleep, the brownie comes out, does some kind of chore, and in return, you're supposed to feed you're supposed to give it an offering. And its favorite is cake, some kind of sweet. But you better keep it happy. It can get mad. and if it gets mad and irritated at you, they call it the boggart, and the how it gets mad is if you move the broom around or you stop moving furniture around. He does not like that. It does not like that because who knows what it is, a female or a boy. Okay, so he'll get mad. He'll start pulling pranks on you, messing with your pets if you have pets. Come to your bedroom, stop pulling your ears while you're sleeping. Either he'll leave, he'll either eventually move out. Hopefully, if that happened, I would want him to move out. And if you don't want one, you can put the salt, like spirits and stuff. You can put the salt in the doorway. Your walk in the doorway, so they cannot come in. And he won't be able to come. They won't be welcome in your house. The doorway and the windowsills. The banshee. Some people might think the fairy lovers, the fairy researchers, some of them think it's a fairy, some people don't know. But I put it down here as because there was like three, when I was researching, there's two or three people that said it was in the fairy category, but so it made the list. The banshee. A banshee is usually an older, gray hair, short, wears a green dress. A gray cloak too. And some younger ones, she'll wear a white dress and have beautiful long golden hair. And you'll usually see one or hear one after somebody dies, and she'll be wailing. And sometimes that person alone will only be the only person who sees it before they die. They might see it a few days before they die, and they just be wailing at them. If you don't know wailing, I think it's called wailing. It's just a high pitched yell. I think it's wailing. Fairies are the guardian of nature. And in the forest, you could see pixies, sprites, elves. There's a lot of other. There's so many fairies. But these are, I picked, in that forest I picked the sprites. What did I pick? The sprites. They are one with the elements. Sometimes you see them flittering in the air, hiding among the leaves. They're kind of shy. The pixie. They will trick you and lead you astray. And then you will most likely see them dancing to the frogs and the crickets in the woods. And there's one, I think I saw it once or twice while I was researching it, that they only wear rags has clothes, and if you give them a new outfit, they will be your friend and give you something in return. Something like that. But that fairies, I could be here all night talking about fairies. I know that wasn't a lot, but I have a whole book about fairies I could have went into. I could have read. Here it is. The magic of fairies. The ultimate guides to the magic of fairies, demons and genies, demons and ghosts, gods and goddesses. But there's a huge part about fairies in here. It goes in more depth, but I could just go on and on. But this video would be long if I did that. But I wanted to talk about fairy ring. You ever seen a mushroom? Of course, we all see mushrooms. A ring of mushrooms. They're called fairy rings. And fairies dance around in the woods. If you ever see that, fairies would dance around in the woods, they said. That's what I meant. But they say that if you step inside the circle, if you dare, if you're brave enough, or if you accidentally, you will get swept away to the other side. If in the other side, if you call it fairyland or the spirit side, whatever you call it. But they say you don't know what's on the other side. Mostly it's a trap. And usually you never come back. Usually you don't come back. And do you believe in that? Have you, or do you dare step in a fairy ring to see if you get swept away by the fairies? There's something else I just thought of. I didn't write it down. I was like, I'm going to remember this. And I just remembered it. They say fairies could be spirit. Some people, some religion people say fairies could be spirits. I don't know. I never heard of that, but that's what I researched. A lot of the research I kept coming up with that the end of spirits or people that wasn't bad enough to go to the H place. They was once deities, gods, heroes, ancestors. It goes on. There's a lot of there's a lot of information out there of people that goes back of they was this, they are this. And mostly this comes from, mostly fairies are, you never really hear them from over here. You see the mushroom circles, but mostly they're from the Scotland, the United Kingdom. What didn't it? I think it was Europe. Was all where all the legends are coming from, or where they started. But most of the legends are in Scotland and stuff. Tell me, do y'all believe in fairies? Do y'all believe in these stories? Or this information? Do y'all believe in the fairy ring? I was like, I keep trying to call it a mushroom ring, which technically it is, but yes. Where are y'all? Until next time. Bye, y'all.
You're watching Myers Paranormal.